All right. What's up? What's up? What's up?
A little bit too relaxed.
Oh gosh. You know what? We actually went live before we were supposed to go live. But it's all good.
You was just brushing the brush.
I rushed the brush.
Moving too fast.
Oh
I
gosh.
was still chilling in my seat, you know.
Oh gosh. But what's up, y'all? What's going on,
I wasn't
everybody?
even ready. Really, when you be trying to set me up.
I messed myself up on that one. But anyway, y'all, we are Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. And if you don't know by now, I'm Chris.
And I'm Bisha.
What up? Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are here to provide you with practical solutions, practical information that you can apply easily, naturally, and automatically
in your everyday life, so you can tap into your unlimited potential
and rise to the highest version of yourself. All right. What's going on, everybody? We are a little bit early, but it's all good. We're just coming in here. What's up, Charla?
Hey,
What's up,
Charla?
Khadijah?
What's up, family? What's up?
In the building. Oh, man.
We got some interesting stuff tonight. And guys, for those of you who have not yet gotten that packet that we've been giving out, I know Charla got hers. I don't know if Khadijah got hers, but if you need it, that is. But yeah, we're giving out these packets. I mean, send us an email if you want to get the packet. Again, it's like 1,000 pages of how to empower yourself in these particular times. If you're one of those people who are wanting to know how to live like certain individuals, because you got to the freedom of speech thing is kind of like a delusion, so we gotta have to be mindful of what we say. But I don't know if you guys seen our post that we put on YouTube on the community board. But if you want to live like those guys, we got you. Just send us an email, twinflamesunite@gmail, and we'll go ahead and get that package sent out to you. Boom, boom, boom. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. It's today's funny, so you can laugh if you want to, but for some people this might not be funny, because So you know how we gotta do in these streets. Allow me to show you. So if you want to live like these guys, you know, they got stuff they be exercising, right? See how they living free?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to live free like them, there is a way that you can live like them, right? Have that exempt, you know. So hit us up, send us an email, and we will provide you with tons of information on how you can be balling like them.
Yep. Yep.
Got
All
that out of the
right.
way.
Yes. And real quick, to let you all in on something, because we had mentioned this. I think we mentioned this on our last video. But before we get into it, we just kill a little time before we actually get into it. We just put some tools for abundance on the website, right? And these tools, these abundance tools for everybody, is pretty much steps that you can take to, for one, put yourself into a wealthy mindset, or to set yourself up for a mindset to be able to receive money. Also, some things to really attract abundance to you in a couple of different ways, finding quick cash and things of that nature. But one that we recently put out is an um, awesome little steps that you can go through to put yourself in the mind state of attracting millions. Okay. And one of the things that is attached to these steps is actually this here. Okay. Boom. Y'all ready to receive that? Y'all ready to receive that? Okay. And it has an affirmation on the back. Right? Oh, I had it upside down. Hold on.
Well, it really matched where we at right now.
So now this is one that we laminated ourselves. Now the one that's in the package that we offer on the website, which is only $10, by the way.
Right.
It's in it kind of looks like this. This one is actually a messed up one, but I fixed it. But it comes like this, right? And so it comes with the steps that you can do to prepare yourself so that you can be in the right frame of mind when you're going through this. But it has this awesome affirmation on it. And I'm just going to say this out on YouTube because it's just going to echo out into the universe, which makes it all that much better, right?
Right, and we can all agree upon it.
Right. And what it says here is that I now have $1 million free and clear to do with as I please. This money comes to me in harmony with divine will, my own true will, and for the good of all, harming none. I deserve this money and I accept it thankfully. Okay? So if you would like to have this powerful affirmation for this $1 million.
We're so old school.
Just putting yourself in that mind frame. Right. You can go to the website and look underneath the twinflamesunite merch. It should be the first link at the very top. You can click on that, purchase this for yourself, be able to download the instructions, download the $1 million bill, and cut it out, put it together yourself. Hell, you can even put your picture
if you want to,
right there in the middle, and just follow those instructions, and this will just help put you in the mindset to attract this $1 million into your life. On the website, only $10.
Right. So, and again, just keep in mind, this is like it's in the subconscious, right? And we understand that everything is energy, right? And so we're only really going to receive where we are vibrating at.
Right.
And it's just a fact. So if a lot of people, they're receiving a certain type of energy, and they're like, well, how come this is happening to me? Or how come I'm experiencing this? And it's only because of the mindset. What are you thinking about? What are you telling yourself?
Yeah.
Well, why am I attracting this? So when you do things like this, it's like reprogramming your mind, reprogramming the subconscious. If you do something every day, after 21 days, it kind of breaks that type of thinking or habit or whatever have you, and you replace it with something that's more empowering so that you can be on that frequency or you can be on that vibration.
Yep. All right. So with all of that out of the way, let's get to the topic at hand today. As you can see from the thumbnail on the video or just the title of this video, we're just asking you,
Right.
are you a light bearer?
We're gonna find out.
Okay, because we hear this terminology a lot, and we are going to go into a little bit of the definition of it, and then we'll also going to share with you 11 things that would 11 indications that you are a light bearer. And if you are really hitting on all 11, you are doing some powerful work.
And then you actually would be considered unfuckwittable. This is how you defeat the programs. It's literally by becoming unfuckwittable.
It's a terminology, yes.
It really is. Very powerful one.
All right. So, and the reason for this whole video is that if you're not aware of all of the things that are going on right now, just to put it in a really short terminology, is that there are just certain entities that would like to snuff out your light.
There you go.
Okay? And if you are a true light bearer, then you're going to do your very best to make sure that your light shines bright. Okay? And if you're one of those individuals who like your light to shine bright, then this video is definitely for you. If you were wondering whether or not you are a light bearer, after watching this, you should have a really good understanding of whether or not you are.
Exactly.
All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's break it down. Hopefully, we won't be in here too long this evening.
These are just some tips. We just want to bring some empowering tips to you guys because we know that the world is changing. We are entering into what's called the golden age. So, with any change that's coming in, it's going to come with some type of chaos.
Right.
Even when the baby is being born, it's tearing shit up coming through.
Literally.
Some wombs really get traumatized depending on the type of star that's coming in, right? So the brighter the star, the bigger the change, the more chaos it's going to cause to birth itself.
Yes.
And we're talking about a golden age.
Yes.
So right now, stuff might look like it's falling apart, but the old has to be done away with before the new can come in. So you just want to prepare yourself for the new that's coming in, and you want to make sure that you're resilient and you can withstand, what's coming in, and you don't fall for the okie dokes, right? So you got to stay strong and stay firm. So this is really what this video is about. It's really just to encourage you and to give you some tips and some pointers, right? If you're not already doing all 11.
Yes. All right. So, so let's get into it.
Let's dive into it, guys.
All right. So, boom. Are you a light bearer? Right? Now, let's first go through and let's define the light bearer, right? What is a light bearer? My educated wife, would you mind reading that?
Absolutely. And I'm not educated.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am enlightened.
There you go.
There's a difference. Okay, so what is a light bearer? Okay, one who protects the lighthouse. Big, bright lighthouse, right? You're the protector of that lighthouse. Or you can call him lighthouse keeper, whatever. Okay, it's a position which uses exploring devices called lighthouses to gain information on the battle or the surroundings. They are also called lighthouse keepers because they protect the lighthouse. All right, so protector of information, pretty much.
Yes.
Information that can change the world, information that can change your life or someone else's for the better. Okay, so you're like shedding light on something. It's almost like holding a flashlight over a book in the darkness to allow someone to see and be able to read properly.
Right. Now, we all know that if we didn't have light, probably all of our other 4 senses, actually 5 senses, because we have more than just our 6th sense.
Right.
But if we didn't have the light, then our other senses would come into play. But let's just look at something right now. If we turn off all the lights in your house, we turn off all the street lights and everything of that nature, you probably gonna end up stumping your toe on some type of table, the bedpost, and we know how much that hurts.
Ouch.
Okay, and so it is the light that helps us to not stump our toe. Okay, now I'm saying this metaphorically, but there is a light within you that shines light in the darkness for others that are around you. Because there are other people, including yourself, that you don't want them to stump their toe. Okay? So, in being a light bearer, just like protecting the lighthouse, your vessel is really the lighthouse that is enclosing your light. And that lighthouse responsibility is to shine that light onto the darkness so that others can see and find their way. Okay?
Beautiful.
So, that is the definition of a light bearer. Okay? Which is pretty much using your light so not only that you can see, but that others that are around you that are in your vicinity can see as well.
Beautiful.
Okay? Isn't that a beautiful thing?
That is so touching.
Okay? All right. So we got the definition of that, but let's go into some of the pointers that would be a really good, strong indication that you are a light bearer.
All right.
All right. And Honeydew, what's up? Thank you so much. And Charlotte, we appreciate you too.
Always.
All right. So for the first pointer, we're going to look at number one. You are a light bearer if you represent the light of intellect, wisdom, and power. Okay? You hold yourself accountable for all of your actions. Your thoughts, your words, your actions have consequences, and you strive to make good choices which support the goal and design your influence in this life. It should be yours. So excuse the typo. All right. So boom. If you are a light bearer, then you have high respects for intellect, high respects for wisdom, and high respects for power, especially when it's balanced.
Right. And but the most important thing here, the thing that you want to look at and pay attention to here is you hold yourself accountable for all, not some, for all of your actions, because believe it or not, that is where your power is. Your power is holding yourself accountable for your actions, because what happens is when you play the blame game and you start externalizing, you're literally giving your power away. Literally giving your power. Is this one's fault? Is that one's fault? Or it's your fault? It's this fault? You're disempowering yourself when you do that, right? And that is not really you shining the light so you can see.
Right.
Right? So that's one of the key aspects, the number one aspects to being a light bearer is that self-accountability, that responsibility. And you know, this matrix has taught us to blame everything else, you know, let something else take the wheel. And we get weak that way. You get weak and you get disempowered. So when you encounter certain situations, we can only do what we were taught. Give somebody else the wheel to take, you know, or just blame someone else. And this is a leak where we literally give our power away willingly. So when you start doing self-accountability, you empower yourself.
Yes.
Okay, that is where the true intellect is. That is what wisdom is. That's where the true light is, when we hold ourselves accountable for our own actions, because we are the one. We will be the one to make the change, not someone else. We're not waiting for someone else to make a change before we can do it. Because when we do self-accountability, then we can step in and make the change at any time.
Yes.
All right, so that's number one.
Yes. And to answer your question real quickly, Phil, they're both interchangeable. Okay, when you talk about light worker versus light bearer. Okay, because if you think about the scenario of the lighthouse, the lighthouse uses the light to shine on the darkness. Okay, a light worker does the same thing. It's like if I had a flashlight and I'm moving the light from one thing to the next, I'm simultaneously bearing the light, and I'm also working the light.
Right. It's in the words. Just
Right.
look at the words. The spells are in the words, literally.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hint,
Yes.
hint.
The spells are in the words. All right. So number two. Number two. What's number two, sweetheart?
Number two, you are inspired to evolve by your own will. Okay? Not because Francine told you, or not because Bill told you. Okay? You are inspired to evolve by your own will. Okay?
Yes.
You are not a follower, you find your own path. Now, there's nothing wrong with seeing something and reminding you of something inside of yourself and then giving you a little nudge or whatever have you, right? But for the most part, it's an internal thing that turns on, all right? And you follow that path. You follow your intuition.
Yes.
You're guided by that internal GPS. And look at the stages. So you see stage one, you start out like that puny little thing right there.
The little egg.
The little egg. Then you go to stage two. Now you're a caterpillar. You can actually move around. Stage three, you're hanging, right?
In the cocoon phase.
Right, you're in that cocoon phase. So you really ain't doing much. You're just in there. And this could be the time where you're feeling alone, you're feeling isolated, you're feeling trapped. You know, you have all these feelings going on because what you're doing is you're going through a transformation. And I know many people are going through transformations right now. Okay, they feel stuck. You're in lockdown. You can't move. You just feel like you don't really have a choice because you're in this confined place. But just know that you're going through a transformation. You're transforming. You can use that time to transfigure and transform yourself. And little by little, you're going to see stage four. Something is starting to peek out. You don't know what it is, but you're seeing something. You're seeing some kind of light. You're feeling it different. You don't know what this is yet, but you know it feels good. A tiny part of you starts feeling free, right? And then stage five, you got a whole bunch of wings. Now you're flying everywhere.
Yes.
AKA astral travel. Now you know how to astral project. Now you know how to do this. Now you're not confined anymore. Now life is making sense.
Right. Yep. And that's how it goes. But one thing to keep in mind, just like the stages of this butterfly, did anybody mandate that this butterfly change from stage one to stage two? Did somebody else come and whisper in the ear like, hey, I know you're an egg right now, but you should transform into a caterpillar.
Right. It was no woman date. It was no man date. It was none of those dates.
Okay.
It was just you.
So this butterfly, or this AKA caterpillar, found its own path because it trusted its own intuition to eat, to grow big and juicy and fat. And then it followed its own intuition to go into solitude to really break down the whole illusion of what it thought it was, which was a caterpillar. But really deep inside, it was a butterfly.
And deep inside, the reason why it's in stage three, the reason why it stayed there is because something inside of it was telling it it's meant for more. You know, because sometimes we go through those phases where we're feeling confined and we can't move. We just know that, listen, I'm meant for something else. I'm meant for something more than what I'm doing right now.
Right.
But sometimes the naysayers come in, right? Listen to the naysayers. Or who do you think you are? What are you talking about? Oh, no, you could never do that. Oh, you crazy. What? So those are when the naysayers come in. And this is when you just have to stay true to you. And you have to believe in yourself. And you have to see it all the way through. And sometimes it's going to be difficult. Sometimes it's going to be painful. It's not necessarily going to be easy. But if you didn't have the capacity to go through something, you wouldn't be going through it. Whether it's your fault, somebody else's fault, doesn't matter. If you didn't contain the capacity to go through whatever that is, you won't be in that situation.
Right. Just facts. Just facts. All right. Now, on to the next one. All right. The next one is number 3. You stand for balance. We're talking about figuring out whether or not you are a light bearer. If you are a light bearer, you stand for balance.
That's right.
Okay? Which also is an indication that you understand that good and evil exist for balance to exist. Okay? Let's break that down. Because, just like for your bath water, Um,
Yeah, the thing that you love so much.
mhm.
Like for me, don't laugh, don't tease me because I like my water warm.
Warm.
Okay, we gonna do this. How we gonna do warm? It's warm water. I like my water warm, maybe a little bit extra warm.
Right.
Okay, you like your water cold.
Yeah.
I don't listen. I like my water warm with a
Yeah.
little bit extra hotness. Okay, is that better?
It's better.
So, but my point is, right?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be able to enjoy that warm water with that little extra hotness without the cold and hot.
Mhm.
So I understand that I do need to draw from those two different temperatures because that's all it is. It's water.
It's just water.
It's just water.
Water.
It's just water.
Water. Hey. Okay.
All right, back to topic. So yeah, it's just water, right?
Yeah.
But it's different temperatures. The hot water is not bad. The cold water is not bad. But the cold water can freeze you to death, and the hot water can boil you to death.
Mhm.
Okay? Those are just the different temperatures. However, we're not going to cuss the water out because it's cold and has a possibility to do that. We're not going to cuss the hot water out when it has a possibility to do that because the cold water we can go ahead and freeze that and put it in a nice cup of lemonade and enjoy that. The hot water we use to cook our food and we can enjoy that. Okay, so it's all about perspective and balance.
Yes.
Right, and so I know to have my beautiful bath, I need to have both.
Mhm.
Because without either aspect, I'm not going to be able to enjoy my bath.
Right.
And this is life.
Yes, and this is life because one other thing to also consider, especially when you're talking about extreme opposites of things, you know, because it's not to say to not experience the it, it's okay. It's not to say to not experience both extremes of one particular thing, right? And it's multiple things that you can look at that have different extremes, right?
Right.
But in order to really extreme the polarization of what you can consider as evil, you need to have the necessary tools in order to deal with that extreme amount of evil.
Right.
And on the same spectrum, you have to have the tools to deal with the extreme goodness.
This is true.
Okay? Because if you don't have those tools, either one of them can put you in a bad situation.
Facts.
Okay? So just bringing that to light. But if you are a light bearer, you already understand this. We're already preaching to the choir because you understand that you need polar opposites in order to have balance.
That's right.
All right. Boom. All right. And what is the next one, sweetheart?
Okay. Well, this is my favorite one.
All right.
This is my favorite one, and I've always been this way ever since I was a kid. Okay, and number 4, if you are a light bearer, this is one of the telltale signs. Okay, you will question everything. You probably, if you were a kid and you got in trouble a lot because you asked too many questions, yeah, you don't even need to see the other 11. This is you. Okay,
Yeah.
You question everything. You recognize that there is more than one way to ascend. You know that there's more than one way to skin a chicken. You just get that.
Right.
Okay, or a corn or something.
Skin a cat.
You got to be vegan friendly.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be vegan friendly. So there's more than one way to skin a corn.
Right.
Whatever. Okay. And if people like corn and they want to pet them, whatever. It's more than one way to get to a destination.
Hey, it's more than one way to open the can.
More than one way. Okay. And you understand this. There are some people who don't get this. They really can't perceive this. But if you understand that you have to question everything, and in times that we're in right now, people are afraid to question things. As a matter of fact, they're telling them not to question things. Like this is an article that I saw, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I'm telling you what the article says. I'm going to read it out to you. Well, hopefully I can read it out to you. But you guys see what that says, right? It says, you see that? Brainwashing 101. You must not do your own research when it comes to science. Okay, that's number 1. The next one says, it's
It's
time
time
to
to
give
give
up
up the fact.
the facts. Time to give up the facts.
Time to
Okay.
give up on facts.
Yeah,
really?
that's what the encouragement is of the times. Okay, so this is why you need to be you need to question everything because
Mhm.
we're in upside down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The next one says, "Don't go down the rabbit hole." You won't believe what this says, guys. It says critical thinking, as we're taught to do, isn't helping in the fight against misinformation. So they're telling you, don't take part in critical thinking, give up the facts, right? And they're also telling you you must not do your own research.
Yes.
Isn't that madness?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So this is why we're doing this video because we want you to question everything. Question that because
Mhm.
that is what is being given to the current populace
Yes.
at this time, and there are actually some people who would listen to that advice.
Yes. Yes.
This is what's kind of weird about this time.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yes. But you are a light bearer if you question everything, because you understand that there's more than one way to get home.
Yeah.
You understand that there's more than one way to get healthy.
Mhm.
You understand that there's more than one way for you to feed yourself, clothe yourself. There's more than one way. It's so many different ways.
So
So
many.
when somebody comes and tells you that there's only one way that you should go, you're like, hold on. I know that I can still go down Fifth Avenue and make a right and then get to my house, or I can go up to Seventh Avenue and still get to my house. But either way, I have more than one way to get to my home.
It's called mind control.
Okay? Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes. He said number 4 is definitely a fact.
Exactly. And that's what they're telling you to stay away from. Stay away from facts. You can't make this stuff up, guys. We are not making it up, okay?
No, we're not making it up. All
But
right.
let's stay away from it.
Yeah, so that's number 4, right?
All right.
Now this next one is definitely one if you are a light bearer.
All right. So number 5, you are not afraid to explore the darkest parts of yourself. And I'm gonna tell you, this is a situation that is really hitting people in the behind right now. Okay, if you're a light bearer though, okay, you're not afraid to explore the darkest parts of yourself. You understand that your light lies in the deepest part of your shadow self. Okay, this is where a lot of our childhood trauma is tucked away. This is where that unhealed child is tucked away, right? And so when you understand this, that the younger part of yourself, the damaged part of yourself is in the dark, you won't leave it there. You would never leave a kid alone in the dark when you know that it's not safe. It's not in a safe place.
Right.
So if you won't do that for another kid, why would you do that to your own self? Right?
Yes.
So you understand the concept and how important it is to do shadow work.
Right.
And you're not afraid of those parts of yourself that you left behind in the dark.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, here's one thing that I definitely want to bring to light, because I know for sure that I'm a light bearer, so I'm going to bring y'all some light and something for you that you may not have thought of. And one of the things is, I have a question for you all.
Right.
Okay, so get your fingers ready. Let's see how quickly you can respond. All right. So get your fingers ready. I got a question for you. Hope you're listening. Okay. So before God created light, where was He?
In heaven, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a second to answer that question, but it's really important for us to, as light bearers, really go in and explore the dark, because those who are comfortable in the dark walk between worlds. Okay, because boom, Khadija got it.
Yay!
Okay?
Good for you. Good for you.
If God, the one who everybody believes created this, part of us created too. We understand that part.
Right, right.
But if God was in the darkness,
And out of the darkness came light.
Now, Charlotte, I gotta no, I'm not gonna debate you on that. I'm not gonna debate you on
She
that.
said he was the light.
Okay, because if he was the light,
Right.
why did he say then let there be light?
Ooh.
If he was the light, why did he say let there be light?
Charlie, well, why he did that? I'm trying to find out myself.
We're just here to make you think.
We just questioning
just
stuff,
like-
you know.
Just like Dane Calloway said,
Right.
I'm just here to make you think.
Just make their brains go in there and twirl, you know.
Okay.
Just think.
But just understand.
That's a good one to ponder on, though.
Yeah, because So it's time for us to get the fear of darkness out of your mind.
Right. Because darkness in itself contains light. So it's an aspect of light that we cannot see, we cannot perceive.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. We're not able to perceive that.
Mhm.
Okay, we not come on, look where we at.
Yeah.
We don't have the ability to perceive that light within that type of darkness.
Right.
As of right now.
Right.
But it is.
Yeah, because when you think about it, ultraviolet light is like a really dark purple, right?
Right. But you can see sperm, you can see blood, you can see all types of stuff with that
Ultraviolet light.
Mm-hmm.
So just know it's another it's just a whole other download. It's another spectrum of light.
It is.
It is on the spectrum of light from your brightest of bright to the darkest of dark. It is on the spectrum of light.
It is light, but a different spectrum of light that we perceive as darkness. Wow.
So yeah. But yeah, so that's number 5.
That's beautiful.
If you are not afraid to go into the darkest parts of yourself, you are a light bearer.
And you will be very, very comfortable with
Yes.
all aspects and multiple aspects and facets of self.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes. All right. Now, as we go through these pointers, and if you feel like this is you, because I know somebody had pointed out a little bit earlier, what was that? Somebody had said that they were one of the points. So if you feel like you're at any one of these points, or if you're resonating,
throw it up.
Just as soon as we go through a pointer and you feel like you resonate with it, just put a 1 to let us know if you resonate and you feel like you are a light bearer.
Right, or put whatever it is. If this is 6, like this is number 6. If you feel this is you, drop a 6, right?
Yep.
All right, so number 6, this is me.
Yeah, this is definitely you.
Yeah,
here you go. Here you go. Go ahead.
Oh man, number 6, man. This is me. This is me all the way. I've been born like this. Okay, and you are a rebel with a purpose, wisdom, strength, and power, immense power, internal power, not borrowed power, internal power.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that questioning everything is important. It is the source of life to question, essential and a part of the ideology of the adversarial path, which means adversary, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you embrace the adversary. You're not afraid of it. You don't run from it. You embrace it and you stand tall in its face and you overcome it. And then you say next.
Yes. And see, now this is where it comes. This part comes in, especially. Let me say it this way. When you are a rebel with a purpose, because there are rebels out there without a cause. They're just out there creating mayhem,
just making mess for no reason,
for no damn reason. But when you're a rebel with a cause, with a purpose, you have your wisdom and you have your strength and you have your power. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about you.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter if somebody wants to say that you're ugly. It doesn't matter if somebody wants to be with you or not. You are strong and you stand firm no matter what opposition comes against you.
It don't matter. You be like this. Come on. Put him up.
All right. Hey, Khadijah says she's a 6. And Kate Johnson say Jackson.
Where my sixes at? Come on,
Yes.
man. Where my sixes at? We got 15
We
people in the room.
rebels.
Where my
in the
sixes
street.
at? Where my sixes at? Come on,
Okay.
man. Come on, man.
That's what's up.
Rep your number, man.
That's what's up. All right. So
that's real.
So you are a true light bearer. If you are a rebel with the cause.
Right.
A rebel with the purpose.
That's right. Charlotte said she left religion. You a 6, baby.
Yes.
You a 6. You stand tall. You got wisdom. You got strength. You got power. Okay.
Yes.
Boom. Get them guns up. Not the po, but these and these.
And you know
this.
And you know the beautiful thing about what you're saying here, Charlotte, as far as leaving religion.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying this at you personally, but I'm just saying the type of mindset of a light bearer is that, hold on, this path may be for somebody else, but it's not for me.
I've outgrown it.
Okay? It's not saying that you're better than anybody else or anything of that nature. It's just recognizing that you understand your uniqueness.
Exactly. And again, not better than anybody, okay? Some people need religion, believe it or not.
Yep.
Some people need that type of structure to really assist them in their development. But for some people, once you get to a certain level of development and you continue to stay someplace that is no longer facilitating your growth and expansion, it can stagnate you and it can even retard you to a certain degree, right? So it's just a matter of having that inner gnosis to know when it's time to move on.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that somebody who's at that stage and is ready to move on is better than somebody who's in that thingamajiggy, right? Because you don't look at a second grader and compare them to someone that's graduating high school and say how, I'm better than a second grader. That's crazy.
Right.
You can't, everything has its reason, its rhyme. Everything has purpose and stuff like that. So it's never about being better than or higher, none of that. That's just ego.
Right.
That's just something to facilitate the ego to make it feel good and make it feel better, That don't have anything to do with price of eggs in the market.
Right. All right. So we got a lot of 6s in the building.
Nice.
So we're about to see, and we got some 4s in the building. So that's pretty dope.
Love it.
All right. So let's go into number 7.
Love it.
Now, once again, for those of y'all who are just coming in, we're just talking about how to identify that you are a light bearer.
Right.
Which means that you are somebody who is a protector of the light, and you use that light to shine darkness you use that light to shine in the darkness so that not only that you can see your way, but also that others can see their way as well.
Exactly. And the light that we're speaking of, in this case, it represents your intellect and your wisdom, okay? And our wisdom is just proper execution of knowledge or what is understood, right?
Right.
To get the result that's fitting or serving your highest and greatest good of those around you.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. All right. So number 7. Is it your turn or mine?
It don't even matter. Number 7. Let's get into it. 7, right? Is this 7? All right. 7. You represent the courage and fortitude to acquire healthy self-love. Now, I know for some people this is a struggle, and it's okay. Because if you're struggling with self-love and you're in this matrix, that's quite normal. This is actually something that's not unheard of.
No.
If you fell to this planet, this can be something that you struggle with. It's okay. But eventually you grow and you learn and you understand who you are, okay? And when you understand who you are, this thing becomes second nature.
Right.
All right? So number 7, you represent the courage and fortitude to acquire. See, it says acquire, which means you don't have it. So you have to acquire it. You have to get it, okay? Healthy self-love. And again, this don't have anything to do with the ego. All right? See the word healthy in front of it, which means in balance. All right? Love of self. You are all about honoring your temple of mind, body, and spirit. You understand that the most important thing within your life first and foremost is you. Because if you don't have something, you cannot give it to someone else. This is why sometimes we're in relationships and the person is like, well, why don't you love me? Or why don't you give me attention? Or, you
Mm-hmm.
know, why are you doing all these things? It's because they're looking to get something from you that you don't have.
Right.
And it's really that simple.
It's really that simple. So yeah. So if you are a light bearer, you love you.
Hmm.
Okay? You are a light bearer if you love you and you put yourself first.
Right, right, right. If you've been on that journey of acquiring that healthy self-love, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's a struggle, but
Yep.
you went on that journey, you took that path, and now you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. Put a number 7 up in the chat if that's you.
Yes. Yes. I think Charlotte already said that she's a 7. She's
Beautiful.
working on it. Hey, keep
Hey,
working.
listen, baby, it's okay. This is Earth. Let's keep. Can we keep this real? This is planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you keep going. You'll get there.
Yes. 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 Now this next one is very, very near and dear to my heart.
This is yours.
Okay.
My baby's a number
So
8.
yeah. So number 8. This is number 8. If you are a true light bearer, this is you.
Mhm.
Okay. And that is that you understand the importance of sovereignty. This bullshit here. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Something going down the street. We ain't gonna don't mind
We'll
us.
let you remind us and we'll
Okay.
tell you what it is when we finish these points.
Okay. You understand the importance of sovereignty. Okay. You understand that in order to become your own God,
Mm.
you must have wisdom and strength to govern and guide your life as if your mind is to survive beyond the mortal body.
Beyond where, baby?
Beyond the mortal body.
Amen.
Okay. Because, sovereignty is something that's been kicked around for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, you know what? I'm going to come through and I'm going to break this down for y'all real quick.
Let it go.
Because when it comes to sovereignty, it doesn't matter what type of paperwork you do. It doesn't matter what type of affidavits that you sign.
Facts.
If you have not accepted sovereignty in your mind and in here, it doesn't mean jack squat.
Don't mean nothing.
Okay? If you haven't already taken control of your mind, then putting something on paper it's like telling somebody I love you and then slap them in the face.
It don't even mean nothing. It's pointless because if you're still looking for someone to govern over your mental, because that's what that is. Okay, it's either you're sovereign or someone is governing your mental. Okay, governing your mental. All right, so that means somebody is in charge of how you think and what you think and when you think it. Just like the stuff we were reading to you, telling you to stay away from critical thinking.
Yes.
That's someone who's not sovereign.
Right.
Okay, they need someone to tell them what to do and how to do it, when to do it.
Right. Yeah. So when you truly understand the importance of sovereignty, that means that you are completely self-sufficient. Now, because of the way that this world is set up, a lot of us haven't gotten to that full sovereignty as we would like it to be.
Right.
But we are working on it. And if you all would like to get more information about really becoming sovereign, because we are truly thinking about putting together a class to really go. Actually, it won't even be a class; it'll be more of a series.
It will have to be a series because it's a lot of information as far as in the 3D. In the mental, it's a process. But once you get it in your mental, then you want to go into the physical, and then you want to go ahead and do get certain things together. But the spirit and the mind, goes hand in hand as far as sovereignty. Because if you're still thinking that you need someone to watch over you and to guide you and govern you and stuff like that, the paperwork is not going to make a lot of sense to you.
Yeah, and here's a little hint for you. If once again, this is not to be looked at as bad or evil or to be looked at or get into your feelings or anything of that nature. This is just I'm just giving to you real facts,
raw and uncut,
which is that if you are still looking for a savior, you are not ready to be sovereign.
And it's okay. It is okay. It's not time yet.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that, and I'm gonna leave it. But just know
No
that
judgment.
you have to get that program out.
Wash it out.
You have to wash it clean. You got to purify that thing.
Yeah, you gotta
Okay.
burn it out, like, you know.
So just putting it out there that if we can get, I want to say about 20 to
Yeah.
30 people. If we get about 20 to 30 people who would email us and say that, yes, Chris and Alicia, I want to learn about sovereignty. I'm tired of people governing my own mental. You don't have to say this.
Right. Just along those lines.
You don't have to say that, but just if we get 20 to 30 people who say that they are really interested in learning about sovereignty, email us at twinflamesunite@gmail.com, which is right below there. Email us, and once we get up to 20, then we will put together the class. Now, I'm going to let you know it's not going to be for free, but it is not going to be super expensive. It is going to be something that everybody can afford.
Right, exactly.
Okay? But just know, it's a lot of information.
Yeah, prepare yourself.
You're going to need a notepad.
Because what you're literally doing is you're unlearning the fallacy that we've been taught since we've been here, and you're relearning what you really should know, which is the things that, not naming names, but it's the things that certain people already know.
Yes.
And they work very hard to make sure a select few, and I'm not going to say who the select few is, but they work very hard and tirelessly, okay, to make sure that a certain few people don't understand what sovereignty is, and they don't understand how to operate as a sovereign. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll do the rest in the class.
Yeah. So if you are interested, once we get up to about 20 to 30 people who say that they are interested, then we will put together well, actually, you know what? We really don't have to put together the class. We already got the
information. It's just a matter of, it's the reason why we're saying 20 or 30 people is because it's kind of time consuming.
Very.
And we want people who are going to take it seriously. Yeah. And because it is going to bring a lot of change in their life for the better. Okay. And it's not a process that we haven't done. We've done it.
Yeah.
So this is why we're saying 20 to 30 people, because it takes a lot of energy, research. It costs money, it's because they're not going to make it. The select few that I mentioned earlier, they're not going to make it easy for you to. And there's a term that is coined, okay? They call it leaving the plantation. I'm not lying, okay? I'll show you. I'll get the video and I'll try to show it to you if you can come to the class. They coined the term leaving the plantation, and they don't want people to figure out how to legally leave the plantation.
Yeah. So just to show real quickly.
It's a lot of paperwork, but hey.
This, you can probably see how thick that is, right?
It's quite a bit.
Okay. This is just the paperwork that had to be filed in order for us to be out of the system.
Right.
And we're just slowly building our things so that we can really be self-sufficient. That's why you see, you saw the videos that we did, just very similar to like this lady, about us doing our own gardening.
Right.
Okay. Because we are setting ourselves up to be completely self-sufficient. That means that we don't need anybody else's help in order to live a happy and healthy life.
Yeah, because you see that the cons to having someone governing over your mental is that you don't have any leverage. Your leverage is taken away, and so therefore, when they come in and tell you something like, "Okay, if you don't take Vaseline, then you can't come into my place, or you won't be able to feed your kids. How are you going to feed your kids?" And it's like, someone literally having a candy and just going like this. When you're kids, and you hate that kid at the playground who will get something real cool, and they'll just come, "Man, boo, you can't have my, you can't have my, your mommy don't got, no, she don't got." So that's kind of like what it's like when you're not sovereign.
Yeah.
Right? You have no leverage, and people tease you with stuff.
Yes, and just real quickly, we're gonna get right back into it because we have what 9, 10, 11, 3 more,
Three more. That's it.
three more to go into. But and on this tip of sovereignty, especially with everything that's going on right now, if you are paying any attention to the news or even the memes that are going on right now, you would see that they're gearing things up to come for the kids.
Protect the babies, guys.
Okay, and we gotta protect the babies at all costs.
Please, come on now.
Okay, and here's the thing when it comes to sovereignty, because if you really get pushed to the edge and they tell you that your kid has to get this Vaseline in order to go to school, are you prepared to homeschool your kid, or are you going to let them get the jab?
Well, listen, we want to be able to live like this. Is the point that we're making here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how they have an option? Read that. What does that say? Let me try to get it in there so y'all can see.
See if I can get it.
Read that again, because I don't know if y'all are struggling and late. You didn't see when I put it earlier.
Yeah.
We're going to put that up again, and we want you to read that and read it 3 times so that you can understand what sovereignty looks like. This is what sovereignty looks like, okay?
Mm-hmm.
While you are not able to go into certain places and, work at certain places, these people are exempt. And they still get to keep their jizzah.
Right.
Okay? Because they're sovereign.
Mm-hmm.
It is really ignorance for the lack of knowledge that people would suffer.
And actually, in regards to the law, there is no ignorance of law.
They don't acknowledge it. If you don't know, they don't care. That's none of their problem.
It doesn't matter that you don't know, that you are, I'm not going to
get into it. We're not even going to get into it. We're going to shut this whole show down.
If you are serious, and once again, to show that you're serious, email us.
Send us an email.
And once we get about 20 to 30 people who say that they're serious, we're probably going to schedule the class within that week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So it depends on how many of you all are really serious. Please don't come on here and play on our email. Okay? If you say that you're serious and we start collecting names, and when we put out the list, we're going to see who real.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see what that mouth do. I'm not.
You're so crazy. Please excuse him. Excuse my baby. He means well.
All right.
Number 9.
Anyway,
number 9.
Let's get back into it. All right. Just a little humor. We're
gonna read them comments. I see we have a few comments.
Yeah.
We're just gonna skim through these and then we're gonna read them comments. Okay.
Yes.
So if you guys got questions about anything, just drop it in the chat. Once we're done with these, we'll go through the comments.
Yeah. All right. So number 9. What's number 9?
Sweetheart? Number 9. It says here, you indulge in restraint of love for the deserving and disdain for those undeserving.
Please read that one more time.
Okay. You indulge in restraint of love for the deserving, which means you give love and you pour love into people who are absolutely deserving of it. And you disdain from those undeserving. So which means you're not casting pearls unto swines. And if you guys read the Bible, there is a verse in the Bible that says you should not cast pearls unto swines. Okay? Mm-hmm. It says you understand that our subjective world is one which we create or destroy based on daily considerations and choices. So therefore, we create our own reality.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
You have a certain inner gnosis of knowing when not to cast pearls onto swines.
Yeah. So, in layman's terms, you know when to give that good to the one who deserves it.
I bet you coming in tonight, boy. I don't.
And in layman's terms, you know that if you go and help somebody who is covered in doo-doo, that means that you know that there's a possibility that you're going to get some doo-doo on you.
Right. So therefore, you make the decision. You make the choice.
Yep.
You choose willingly. Like, you know what? This is my childhood sweetheart, or I've been knowing this person all my life. I don't mind getting some doo-doo on myself to help them out. Right? Because when I'm done, we both going to be clean.
Right.
So, but you're making that conscious choice. You're not going in there fooling yourself, telling yourself, you know, they got doo-doo, the person got a whole bunch of doo-doo on them, let me go give them a hug. And then when you get the doo-doo all over you, you're like, how did this happen? You know? No.
Come on now.
You understand, you understand what this process is. So you make decisions willingly. Okay? And at a certain point, you know how to use your wisdom. You know how to go about utilizing wisdom and knowing, again, when to give and when not to give. When to fold and all this other type of, you know, poems and stuff. Mythologies, whatever.
You listen to that intuition and you understand that you give your best to those who are deserving of your best.
Right.
And you don't give your best. And once again, this is, once again, you got to understand energy.
Exactly, and how to use it. Because sometimes, right? Sometimes a lot of us, we are drained.
There you go.
We drain ourselves, okay? Because we think that everybody is our assignment.
Speak to that.
Right? We feel like everybody is our assignment. And so we pour energy into an endless pit, a bucket that doesn't even have something to catch or contain what we're pouring in. So we're literally pooling our energy, giving away our energy and draining ourselves into something that can't even contain what it is that you're giving. Right? That's not wisdom.
Right. And just a little small example. You know, we have water delivered to the house. And we have these.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
We have these big 10-gallon things of water is alkaline water, by the way.
You know what? I'm not.
We get that alkaline water delivered to the house, right? And so when the delivery guy comes out, you know, I go out there, I pick up 2 jugs at a time because, you know, I'm built for this.
That's right, babe.
Okay, I'm built for this.
You got this.
But bless her heart, you know, Sarah likes to try to help me with the water.
She does.
And I tell her, like, you know what, I got it. I don't need any help. And you know, for quite some time, I just kept telling her that. I'm like, I got it. You don't need to do anything. But you know, she wanted to persist. So I was like, okay, why don't you grab that one?
Oh boy.
Okay. So she pick up one of them. She doing this. She's struggling. Like, oh gosh, like she got it in the house at least, but she like this, like
she managed.
I was like, oh gosh. I was like, okay. So I stepped aside and I was like, this is a perfect example of you wasting your energy when you didn't need to.
Trying to help, like the Samaritan.
Being a good Samaritan.
Yeah. That complex. I call it the super saver, you know, complex.
So just know that you have to be a good manager of your energy.
Yes, guys.
Okay?
Yes.
And just know your limits. Know what you will and will not accept.
Yeah, right. And be honest with yourself. You know, sometimes we're not honest with ourselves. We fool ourselves a lot of the times. And then when other people fool us, we're surprised. Right? But it's just the energy that we're operating of, and we just get that right back in return.
Right. All right. So we got 2 more for you, all right? So this next one is number 10. Once again, we're going through some traits that if you display these traits, then 99.9% of the time, you are a light bearer. Okay? And here we go.
This is a tricky one, too. Number 10, you understand that every act, all right, no matter if perceived as selfless, check this out. It is at the core, a selfful act. Now, they had selfish in there. But I purposefully changed that to selfful because I like the word selfful.
Yes.
Right? I'd rather be full of myself than full of something else because I'm designed to fit myself. I'm not designed to fit anything else. right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, even if helping others is your passion, we all like to do that good Samaritan thing, right?
Right.
The brain still receives a chemical reward triggered by the act. And I learned this in psychology when I was in Berkeley.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, many consider that doing good deeds in society may bring you closer to God, right? That's what they say. Recognize you are selfish. Again, I put selfful, right? That's what I would say. You are selfful. Then see this fact in all others while observing. Accept this, and then with this knowledge, make choices that would be benefit not only to yourself, but your loved ones when possible.
Right.
So, in a little, they had this little video that they did that I saw when I was going to Berkeley in psychology. I think it was like 101 psychology. And they did a study on the brain. They hooked the brain up to some, those little wires and stuff. And there is actually a chemical response that happens when you give someone something.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually say to give is actually better than to receive, and it really is. It triggers a lot more. What is that? That
dopamine.
Yes, in the brain when you're giving.
Mm-hmm.
And so people give. Think about it, right? When you're giving someone something, that means that you have, most of the time, it comes from a place of abundance. Giving, in order for you to receive that chemical reaction, it's from a place of abundance.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you're giving, you're feeling abundant and you like that abundant feeling, so it becomes something addictive.
Right.
Like you like it, it gives you some type of a good feeling, like you get it's like a high.
Yeah.
So you get addicted to the whole giving thing.
Right.
So at the core of that giving, it's a selfful act. Some people call it a selfish act.
Mm-hmm.
So even in the core of this whole thing that they have with, give because it's good and it takes you closer to God, it's still something that's selfful in there in that act.
Yeah.
And if you're able to open up yourself to see the bigger picture, then you'll be able to see that. Mm-hmm. And therefore, so when you're giving now, you will make sure that there is balance in that exchange of energy. Mm-hmm. Right? Not only I'm feeling good, but I'm making sure that, the energy exchange is kind of balanced.
Yeah.
In a cognitive sense, I should say. Be aware of that,
right,
and try to maintain that balance.
Yes. So if you are a true light bearer, then you're not going to be naive and think that you giving something is just a selfless act and you're not getting anything out of it.
Right. Okay. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about, by the giving, and it's not really balancing out, right? Mm-hmm. So I know this bothers me. This is why I started that whole thing and opened up a nonprofit to help to feed the homeless people, right? Mm-hmm. And in the shelters, because I would notice that people will go into their closets, their cupboards, and they would collect all these canned goods. Some of them been there, sitting there for God knows how long.
Almost a year.
And they will just go and bag up all these canned goods because it's taking up space in their closet or in their cupboard. And they need space to put their new stuff. So they'll take all of those and they'll take it to the church or whatever, or they'll take it to the homeless shelter. A lot of them, they get tax write-off, whatever have you, right? But it gives them a feeling of being closer to God because they're giving. It's like they're it's like a buying a ticket into heaven type of feeling, like a good feeling, like, yeah, I'm doing something good, I'm giving. But are you? Is that really the energy exchange, the type of feeling that you're getting, the type of endorphins that are going off in your brain, right? And you're giving someone canned goods that are probably expired. For the type of feeling and upliftment and the high that you're getting, does it weigh out with what you're giving? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's a little imbalance there, right? This is where I guess you could say the selfishness comes in sometimes.
Right.
But if you're giving, and I guess this is what it's saying, when you're giving, make sure that there is balance in the giving. Right? So that you can stay in that balance. So let's say you're getting that kickoff and you're feeling good, the endorphins are going off, right? Maybe you might not necessarily want to take those canned foods that are expired. right? Because at that point, it's just the kickoff that's benefiting you. It's nothing really that's benefiting the other person.
Right.
So maybe you might want to go and I don't know, find a way to maybe partner with a grocery store and really do get organic food, fresh food, like something that's going to benefit. So you're going to benefit, and the person that you're going to be giving is going to benefit on that balance. Is that? Yeah. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's
if
what
that,
this
if
is
that
saying.
Makes sense. Drop a one in the chat if that makes sense, because you know we can fall into this slippery slope and think that we're doing this selfless act,
right?
But when you really think about it,
is it really?
You're benefiting as well,
right?
So don't fool yourself and think that you're just doing this for somebody else. No, boo boo.
Wait a minute.
You are doing this for yourself as well.
For you. So come on, keep it real.
So if you are a light bearer, you already recognize
this.
You
already understand this. And so when you're giving, you're going to want to do the giving with maintaining the proper balance of the energy exchange.
All right. And so for the very last one, number 11. If you are a light bearer, this will resonate with you on some shape, form, or fashion. Okay? Which is
number 11. You understand that you possess the power to create and sustain your path in life. You don't take care. If you don't take care of yourself, nothing else will. No one. Okay?
Yeah, nothing else and no one will.
Nothing else and no one will. So you understand that you have the power to create your reality. You have the power to sustain yourself. Okay? Mentally, physically, and spiritually. You have that power within you to sustain yourself. All right?
Yes.
So, okay, now we can tell them about this thing.
Now we can tell, because they getting on my nerves with this, y'all.
They're working extra hard tonight.
They're working extra hard. You know, they went from, because we haven't really seen chemtrails in quite some time, to be honest with you.
That's true. They really haven't been
But
around.
they've gone from this just a whole nother thing, because I don't know if y'all hear that buzzing.
It smells so stink.
Just close that. They have gone from spraying chemtrails in the sky to having trucks going around spraying stuff like they did with DDT back in the day.
Yeah, it's like the same thing, right? But it smells the same. It's just terrible, and they do it around this time when there is really no, like at nighttime when they think you're not paying attention, but it still stays in the air. You know, it's really hot and muggy, so it kind of stays in the air.
Yeah,
and it's really annoying.
But yeah. So, but just staying on topic. Number 11, and understanding that you are a true light bearer.
That's right.
That means that you know that you possess all of the power to create and sustain your path in life, which means that you're not waiting for anybody or anything to make your life fulfilled.
Right. You understand that power lays within. Okay.
All right. Now, as far as getting to the end of this, because we don't want to leave anybody out or make you feel left out, but you know, if you see these points and you feel like, man, that I don't think that's me. First of all, search yourself and ask yourself, is that somebody that I want to be? If it's not somebody that you want to be, forget everything we said.
Yeah. Who the hell cares?
Okay? We just twin flames unite. We don't walk in your shoes.
We ain't really,
Okay?
It's just us.
But if this is something that resonates with you, then hopefully this gives you some solidity or some type of validation, because every now and again
we need a little something.
You gotta sprinkle a little bit of validation in our path every now and again. We don't need a whole bucket full.
Right, just a little bit of, hey, turn the lights on,
Yeah.
We got a question from N Gamasa. Oh, like that. Okay, it says here, how do you give energy to others? Plenty of ways, because energy, it could be currency, which is money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a way of giving energy is money. You can send energy through like a meditation, and you can literally send the energy to the person, right? What is another way? You can call them, talk to them verbally, send, that way. There's many different ways you can send energy to someone. In the astros.
Okay.
I mean,
so you sugarcoat it. Let me come
sorry,
on in.
let me
come on in.
Let me
Okay.
stop being so what you call it.
Here are some ways that you can give somebody energy.
Oh, go ahead.
The first one is sex. Okay. Because it's a sexual energy exchange.
I was trying to stay PG. Okay. Go ahead.
So that is a way that you are giving somebody energy. Okay.
Quickest
way. Like my baby said, when you're giving somebody love, you are sending energy. When you are sending somebody hate, you are sending them energy.
This is true.
Now, when you come in contact with the alchemists like me and Leisha, you can send us love or hate, and we can take that energy and use it for our manifestation. Okay? Energy is something that is unseen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So any of these things that you see that is unseen, it is energy.
Right.
And just your focus, whatever you focus on, if you got somebody on your mind, you're sending them energy.
Exactly. And like my baby said, it doesn't matter, because think about it, right? We have, how many cells do we have running through our body that has a positive and negative charge? Proton, neutrons, electrons, them things is firing off while we sleep. They don't stop, non-stop. Our heart is electric, our body's electrical, right? So if someone is sending you energy, whether it's negative or positive, you know that you have cells, and your cells actually operate off of both negative and positive charges.
Right.
This is where the power comes from, okay? To light stuff up, light shit up.
Yep.
So you just have to know how to be an alchemist. This is, there was a young lady that was telling us, and I think she was saying how she was having a situation with somebody telepathically sending her negative energy or something like that. It's really, if you feel like someone is sending you negative energy, the easiest way for that energy to work is when you buy into it.
Right.
It's like you're literally accepting the energy in its form.
Well, actually, I'm gonna take a page from your book, okay? Because whatever that negative energy that they're sending, it has a story connected to it. So it's not so much necessarily that the energy is bad. It is the story that is hitching a ride with that energy.
That's right. That's right.
So at this point in time, this is when you have to be aware. This is when you have to be present in the moment and recognize that, yes, they are sending you energy, but also attached to that energy is a story.
That's right.
Now it is up to you whether or not you accept that story.
Exactly. Whether or not you grow that story. Okay, or you can transmute that story and use it for your highest and greatest good.
Right.
Right? So it's just a matter of knowing who we are. The takeaway today, I think, should be to really understand, and this is fitting for everything that we're going through right now. The moral of the story today is to understand who you are.
Yes.
Okay? And understanding, overstanding, and understanding the power that lies within you. It doesn't matter what people, it doesn't matter what people try to send you away. It does not matter. When you understand who you are. This is why these certain set of people, not even people, this is why the certain set of things or entities, I tell you, they've been working day and night. They don't sleep. They should go round the clock. So you don't never find out who you are. And this is why you should do the same. You should work all in your dreams. You should be figuring out who the hell am I.
You should always be lucid.
Always be lucid. You must always be aware. When you're sleeping, you know you're dreaming. And when you're awake, you know you're in a dream too. You gotta don't fall asleep. This is not the time to be sleeping. You can rest, but don't sleep. Okay?
Right.
So you have to know who you are. Listen, can you imagine if if an eagle forgets that it could fly and it don't know it's a bird and it's down on the ground hopping around with the damn chickens. Not there's nothing wrong with the chickens. They have they're hybrids, whatever. So the eagle is down on the ground hopping around with some hybrids, okay?
Right.
And the eagle could be like, well, you know what? They got feathers too. I mean, they got feathers and they got wings like I got wings.
Mm-hmm.
I see that they do the little flip thing, you know, the little flips. And they move around. So they even get up in, some of them even get up in the air a little bit. They lift up. Wow, I wish I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the eagle don't know. It doesn't know. So when you don't know who you are, when you don't know what you are capable of, okay, the eagle won't be able to fly. The eagle don't even know that it has the capability to soar above everything.
Right.
And to take view of the entire planet. The eagle don't know these things because the eagle forgot that it was an eagle.
Yep.
So this is why we have to know who we are, guys. This is how you get out of this tyranny. You have to remember who you are.
Yeah. And just remember your end game in everything that you do. Because let's just say, for example, I'm going to give you a few examples, just probably 3. Okay? Let's just say that you have a goal to go and get you some Rocky Road ice cream. Okay? And on your way to getting that Rocky Road ice cream, you got somebody who tries to run you over with a cart. Oh, you dodged it, but you still on your mission. You just got in your mind, I got to get to this Rocky Road ice cream. And then one of your friends may call you and it's like, hey, you don't need to get that ice cream. You know that's just going to make you fat. And you tell them, I don't care. I'm getting my ice cream. And you just keep on going. Okay?
They might be trying to help you though.
But no, I'm just saying, because you have a goal in your mind. Hell, you may have been working your butt off just so you could have this treat.
Okay, well that's a better story.
Okay?
Let me
just put that in there. You've been working your butt off so you can have this treat.
Right.
Okay? And let's just say that the store closes. And you're like, oh, damn. Now you're going to have to research and find out where's the next store that has your Rocky Road ice cream. I'm saying this to say is that because a lot of us have the goal of ascending out of this matrix and going to something that's way more spectacular than we could ever imagine. So just like in that story, how this person was just hell-bent on getting their Rocky Road ice cream, no matter what came their way, no matter what somebody whispered in their ear, no matter if somebody moved the information, you make sure that you stay on the path. It may be a little zigzag, you may be going up, you may be pop locking up in this bay just to get to your ascension.
You might gain a little weight. You'll lose it doing them zigzags.
Yeah, but you don't let anything get into your way, because once you've obtained that thing that you desired so much, the feeling of bliss that is just unexplainable, everything else that happened prior to that will be forgotten.
Right. You know that thing. That thing. Sleepy Joe.
That thing. Oh no, I'm thinking Lauryn Hill, not.
No, I'm talking. It's a joke, babe. You didn't even catch it. Just Sleepy Joe. You know that thing.
I guess I'm a little sleepy.
Oh my god. Yo, we gotta go in our bed. What time is it? It's 10:18.
Yeah, it's 10:18.
We got bed.
All right.
So we got some comments in here. Honeydew said eagle wings for a limited time. But think about it, Honeydew. You know how many people got spirit animals as an eagle? Eagles are very, very mystical species. They're very mystical, okay? So they don't only exist in this realm, right? They're actually multi-dimensional, all right? There's the reasons why, the ancients, they mess with the eagles. This is the reason why the ancient ones really dealt with certain species.
Mm. Yeah, Honeydew, you are definitely on a mission. We just scrolling back through on the comments to make sure that we didn't miss anything as far as questions or anything of that nature. But yes, we continue to go forward and complete your assignment. That is what we're here for. Just like any other college or university or any type of school, it is our responsibility to finish our assignments.
I mean, we already fell here. We are made up of stardust. When you see a star going across the sky and you see all the little twinkles behind it, that's stardust. So we are made from it's the same thing, right? So yeah, the universe has many universities. Planet Earth has many universities, right? So it's on all kinds of levels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so hold on. We just scrolling through, see if anything is in here. While we scrolling through, just this is your opportunity to put in any other questions for us to go through and answer, because we got a lot of information in these noggins, right?
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. And I don't know if y'all noticed, we got a little music playing in the background. I don't know if y'all like it or not. If y'all like the music playing in the background, let us know.
Are we allowed to have music in the background?
Well, yeah, that's
that kind of okay.
Mm-hmm.
What we got there?
Oh yeah, Khadijah's talking about she's very protective of her energy. That is what's up.
That's a smart thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very intelligent move, to be protective of your energy, not casting pearls onto swines, right?
Yes. Oh, we got some 10s in the house. That's
beautiful,
pretty awesome.
Beautiful.
Well, we had 1111 in the chat. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, we already asked that one. How do you give your energy? Thanks for the answer.
We got Dream State in the house. What's up, Dream State?
What's up, Dream State? She says here that I spent a lot of time around unconscious individuals and focusing too much on my twin. I released it and feeling like me again.
There you go.
Dope.
There you go.
It makes a huge difference.
Just
yes, it does.
Lighten your load. You know what I realized? And this is gonna sound really out there, but hey, we out there. We're not in any box or anything. But what I have come to realize is that this shit that we're in right now, it's a big game. You don't have to believe me. It's not a belief thing right now. This is just what I feel. This is like a resonance to me. I feel like right now we are in a big game, kind of like a school type of game, type of learning something or the other, right? And there are certain, if you want to call them people, there are certain people that would be here. I think they're meant for the game. I don't know if this is making sense, but I feel like certain people that we encounter, that we feel like we can sit with that person and we can try our darnest to try to explain something to them. And to us, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
But it's not moving anything back there. You know, nothing moves. And
the fluoride stare.
You get the fluoride stare. So for those type of individuals, it could be like trying to put energy into a pit that can't catch.
Bottomless pit.
It's bottomless. It's not. Nothing is catching. There's nothing catching. Okay. So I feel those people. I think they call them what, NPCs?
Yeah, non-player something
like that. Like, but it's like they belong. They're a part of the game. You know, like when you're playing Super Mario or you're playing a game and you're the main character and your friends are the characters, but then you have some other characters in the game that's always there. Like when you keep repeating levels, but you keep seeing the same people. And like if you're at level 1, you'll have these people that's in the game, but they only stay in level 1. But then when you move to level 2 in that game, you know, it'll be you and your friends. You guys are characters, but in the game itself, in section 2 or level 2, they'll have like characters in the game. But when you try to talk to those characters in the game, those characters are only programmed to maybe tell you something. They only have like 1 or 2 things that they can say. So I feel like for some people that's here, whenever I try to converse with them, it feels like they only have a certain amount of things they can say. So It's like that's all you're gonna get out of it. You're not gonna get anything more than what the program is designed to do.
Right.
So you have to be very mindful to recognize these NPCs, the ones that belong in the game. See, you're like the explorer of the game. You could come and go, and you could go to different levels. But some of those characters, they're only on certain levels, and that's where they're supposed to be, just to facilitate the game.
Yep.
Right. So don't you got to recognize these things so you don't waste your energy, right?
Yeah. Yep. And Avila Love says that, yeah, I feel like I am here gathering information, love, and experience for something greater.
See?
Okay. And to all of those who are still watching right now, for one, we thank you so much for still being here. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. If you haven't given the video a thumbs up, give the video a thumbs up. But just to let you know that, yes, we are all here for something greater.
Of course.
Okay. And a lot of you have felt it. You feel it every day. I know for me, when I was a teenager, I was talking to Alicia about this a few days ago. Like, I just had this notion that I'm just greater than what I see. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing more than what I'm here doing. But the part of the problem was that a lot of the information, the true information, was flipped
and hidden.
And here's the really crazy thing. If you just go out there on a limb and you just say, okay, everything is just opposite. So when you go through and say, for example, you read the Bible, okay, you would you just do this, right? You would read the Bible and you would see God as the devil and devil as the God. Or when you look through in the history books, you will see that the Civil War was actually lost. Okay, you can look into like the Queen of England as being this royal queen who really helps and takes care of her people. But you flip it around, you can see that she's really messing up her people.
She's only helping herself. Like, you know.
Okay.
It's the kind of.
Yeah, and so when you look into things, when people say that something is dark and evil, it's probably good and light. And for the things that are good and light, you can look at it as bad and evil. And the funny thing is that when you read things like that or you research in that manner, the funny thing is that some things are going to make sense.
Weirdly. So that's a part of questioning everything. You question stuff. You don't just take it for face value, or you don't just believe. You find out if it's true. Because the funny thing is, when you believe something, belief can be helpful, but it can also be a blocker. Because sometimes people think that because they believe something, that it's true. Or because I believe this thing, that means it's a fact, which is not true at all. It just means that you have a certain belief, right? You have a core belief, however you picked it up, experience or program. It's a belief. It doesn't mean that it's a fact. So this is why it's important to question everything.
Yeah. Yep. All right. And so there is a incarnation I learned from Floor Burn a few years ago, beginning awakening to allow you to see the truth.
Oh yes, we learned that too. Yes, and we have a few stuff on our website right now that can actually help out. We're gonna add some more as time, as the time allows. And they're only $10. I don't know if you guys missed it in the beginning, but go to our website and check out our website. We have some really cool stuff there, some tools that can really assist, in changing the mindset to an abundant mindset, things of that nature. So you guys can check it out.
And so we're just going to show it one more time. We did it in the beginning. We're going to do it at the end because as you will see in the steps, it tells you to do this multiple times. So this is the $1 million bill. This is just to help you get into the mind frame of being worthy or believing that you deserve
abundance.
Abundance. Okay? And since I read it the first time, I'm gonna let you read it this time. You gotta hold the crystal.
Alrighty now. So this one says, I now have $1 million free and clear to do with as I please. This money comes to me in harmony with divine will, my own true will, and for the good of all, harm and none. I deserve this money and I will accept it thankfully. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
All right. So if you would like to have this and have the steps to go along with this and knowing where to properly place this,
yes,
go to the website, download the PDFs. Once again, they're only $10.
Yes.
And these are some very simple steps to really help change your reality
and your mindset. Because again, we understand that our mindset, where we're vibrating at, literally creates our reality. All right. So we're just trying to help to shift things in a more positive way for everyone. And again, if you guys need that paperwork, we have over 1,000 sheets of paper. It's like a booklet, lots and lots of information. I know some of you have already received it, but if you're looking for information to empower yourself so that you don't have to become a part of this tyranny that's taking place and forcing you to put things inside of your body that you don't necessarily agree with, send us an email and we will get that information, that packet over to you so that you will know how to empower yourself with these lingos that they speak. Because if you don't speak the lingo, then you're kind of at a loss. They know how to speak the lingo, so they're winning.
Right.
So we just have to educate ourselves, right, with their programs. So you have to know how their programs run so that you can be able to, navigate through their programs. This is what it means to be in the world, but not of the world. So you know how to interface, but you don't get, tripped up in thinking that, this 3D is like the end all be all. But while you're here, you want to know how to navigate these waters.
Right. And right before we leave out, we're just going to drop this one last little thing because we definitely don't want you all to be afraid of the dark.
No.
Right? If you are familiar with the movie Doctor Strange, okay, the white, the lady with the bald head, the white lady, she was the one who opened up Doctor Strange's third eye and sent him just going through the universe and everything, right? And she was super powerful, super wise, and she was running things. She was running the whole organization, and she had this big thing preaching about like, don't go over to the darkness, stay in the light. That's the way where you get your power. That's how you stay pure. But towards the end of the movie, they found out
her little secret, why she was so powerful.
Why she was so powerful. Why she was able to kick everybody's butt from left to right. Why she was able to use her magic more strongly than anybody else.
Because she was getting information from God, source. Source is in the dark.
She was getting power from the dark.
Out of darkness comes the light, baby. All right? Okay. Don't be afraid of nothing. You don't have to be afraid of anything in this world when you wake up and you realize who you are. All right? No more scaredy stuff. We can't be afraid because look at what they're doing. We have to stand in our power. Okay?
Oh gosh, Jade, Jade, if I can give you a hug, this for you.
Right you. Here. Come on, right everybody. Here. Give Jade, everybody.
Give Jade a hug.
1, 2, 3, hug Jade. Look at what
that's for you, Jade.
Jade, you get all this good energy tonight. You are so freaking amazing. You are a true goddess. Look at what she says. Too many light workers out here afraid of the dark. How you gonna guide people with your light if you're afraid of the damn dark? They don't need light and light. What they gonna do with light and light? We need to. This is the whole point. You can't be afraid of the dark because this is where you have to go and guide. Like, I mean, this is crazy to me.
Yeah. So stop being afraid of the dark.
No.
I don't even have my blindfold in here. Like last night.
Yeah, you did that, baby. I was gonna laugh at you too. I was hoping you would wake up and think you blind or something.
Like last night, like I'm upping my level as far as being comfortable in the dark.
Yeah, you did that, babe.
So last night, I'm walking around with a blindfold on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I slept with the blindfold on.
Yeah, you
But
did.
I was in complete darkness. Complete darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And to be quite honest, there were quite a few things that happened.
Ooh! Did you wake up blind?
No, I didn't wake up
Oh, you
blind.
wake up blind. You know what I mean? Like thinking that something wrong with your eyes because you forgot you put the blindfolds on.
No, but just real quick, because I hadn't told you this yet.
No, you didn't. No, come on, let's go. Let's hear it.
But one of the things that happened, because once again, I decided that one of the things that I'm doing is purposely putting myself in the dark. And last night I kicked it off with tying a scarf around my eyes so that I would be in complete darkness. Okay. And what happened prior to going to sleep, because it's a different experience versus closing your eyes, because there's still a little bit of light that comes through your eyelids and things of that nature. So it's a different feeling. But when I put that blindfold over my eyes and I was in complete darkness, even when I opened my eyes, like in the physical, I'm still seeing nothing but black. Nothing but black. So like the whole sensory seeing thing shut down. Okay. And here's the thing that happened, which was that I started to hear like these light buzzing sounds going by me. And every now and again I would feel a presence. Of course, there wasn't anything to be afraid of. I just felt the presence around. And I was just, before I went to sleep, because I probably really stayed up for about 30 to 45 minutes, just really laying there just in complete darkness. And it I was just sitting there just being comfortable being in the dark. And it's a very liberating thing. It changes your psyche, and you also get to the point where you start to recognize how many personalities you have. You start hearing your different thoughts and things of that nature. You understand that there's something deeper to this. So yeah, so let's stop being afraid of the dark, because there's nothing to be afraid of.
It really isn't.
Okay, we came out of the darkness. Your mother's womb was dark.
Let's not be afraid of these things. Those are like nursery rhyme stuff. It's time for us to level up.
Yep. And it's getting hot in here, so
yeah, Sister Shirley had to take out her fan. This church sermon was getting hot.
All right. So without further ado, we love y'all so much.
Guys.
Thank you so much for hanging in there. Go to the site, get your $1 million.
That's right.
Email us to get the information about how to protect yourself in these trying times.
If you don't want to do this and you need some help, we got a lot of paperwork that will help you out. Yeah. You have forms. You don't have to worry about where to find these forms. They are all there. You just have to fill your name in. You have all of your thingamajiggies. We don't even know what we could say on here and what we can't, but send us an email at twinflamesunite@gmail.com. We will provide you those paperwork so that you can empower yourself. And if you guys are serious about the sovereignty, finding out how to become sovereign on this in this place, if you're ready to leave the plantation, so to speak, send us an email. And again, we need to get at least 20 to 30 people before we can do go through the series, because it's a lot of information and it takes a lot of energy. So we would prefer to do it with a big class at a time instead of little by little by little. Right. Take up too much energy.
All right. So we love y'all.
We love you guys.
Peace out.
Peace out.